And welcome back to the Chicago Bears franchise rebuild. Here today we have Week 18 action versus the Green Bay Packers. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day. Please leave a like, comment down below what you thought of today's action, and don't forget to subscribe. Well, your Chicago Bears have won, I believe now, 4 games in a row to now officially clinch the NFC North here. We're currently right now the number 3 seed, and we've been playing excellent football. We're the division title. We are guaranteed a home playoff game, and now we turn our focus here to both the postseason, but of course we have to play against this Green Bay team, who are 6-10, just trying to get a morale type of victory. But we got some things to clean up here and some things to do before we get into the postseason today. So currently, if this is the playoff seeding, regardless, it would be the Bears versus the Philadelphia Eagles, an Eagles team that we played against last year in the postseason that kicked us out. So it would be a little bit of a revenge game for us if we have the opportunity to play them. Either that, or it looks to be like it could potentially be the Seattle Seahawks. It really kind of matters who ends up into the wild card round. We'll see. One thing that I want to do today before we start into getting into the game and stuff, what we're going to be doing is resting some players. And, you know, across the offensive line, players like Preston Jones, Johnny Derby, Connor Williams, DJ Moore won't play. And then some players will only get like a half to a quarter. Players like Jonathan Howard, Cliff Nicholson, Tyler Scott. These guys I'm expected to probably play maybe the first quarter, maybe at most the second. Defensively, kind of the same thing. Don't expect to see players like Josh Allen a lot or DeMarcus Lawrence. This will probably be our defense going into this game here. But yeah, I want to see more of the young guys play. This is not a good Packers team, so it doesn't really matter, in my opinion, if we win or lose this ball game here. But one other thing that I do want to continue to negotiate, a player that I want to continue to negotiate with is Grover Dexter here. He was intrigued with our last offer, and I want to come in here and really boost this up. I still want it to be a 2-year deal, and I don't mind if it's a big 2-year contract for this team. Dexter has been playing very well over the last few weeks, and actually throughout this whole season. He's very much deserving of this contract. He's young. He can be our future defensive tackle. So 2 years, $27 million. And I'm looking for a benefit, but I'll reconsider this more like offers like this. So he still declines us. And that does leave a question, you know, do we franchise tag him? Do we not? But that's something that I guess down the road we will have to figure out. In terms of any other contracts currently out there, there really isn't another one that I am looking to really negotiate with. No player here. You know, I'll make these decisions. I mean, I guess Michael Dixon here, I would consider re-signing, but right now I'm not going to do that. And then we have these 3 fifth-year options that we have to decide on. We still have currently, it probably will be right around like $88 million to work with in this up-and-coming offseason, but not going to be too focused on that. So expect in today's episode the gameplay of the Packers game, as well as we'll go through some stats, we'll go through yearly awards as well. One thing to talk about, of course, is this up-and-coming draft class. I haven't really dove too deep with you guys with this class. I have currently 125 players on my board. My philosophy with this up-and-coming offseason is that, you know, I'm going to kind of keep you guys a little bit more in the dark. There are players here that I really do like, but as of right now, this is going to be a very much BPA type of approach in this up-and-coming draft class. So right now, I'm not going to be too worried about that. I want to win football games. I want us to have a deep postseason run, and you know we have one more game to go. So let's go check out this Packers team. We'll get into today's game, and hopefully we'll get to see a little bit of the bottom of the roster some good development across the board. And here are the Green Bay Packers, led by Jairi Alexander, Quandre Walker here, Kenny Clark, Elton Jenkins here. This is a quality team here that's not having a great season. Andrew Sidney here is their starting rookie quarterback, 23 years old, out of Washington. Solid accuracies across the board. The last time we played against him in the first ever matchup, he was sacked 10 times, threw an interception, almost less than 50, right around 52 completion percentage, less than 120 yards passing. Andrew did not have a good day, so hopefully we get to beat him up a little bit here. He's put up some good performances. We'll see if he can continue that. Quincy Holmes here is their top-rated running back. He's a very good player for them, and they're very deep here at wide receiver. They seem to always be. Chad Otton here, he's out, so Luke McCoven here will start at tight end. It should be a tough matchup here. We did beat them pretty well, I feel like. So I'm expecting for us to do it again in this up-and-coming game. Very excited to get into today's action here. We'll see if we can handle this team. It's another NFC North battle here, but it's week 18. We've clinched a postseason, so we get to see the backups. And welcome back to Soldier Field. Here in week 18, we have year 4 regular season finale. Cliff Nicholson is going to get the start here today. He's not expected to play the whole game. He might get a drive or two, but it will be rookie versus rookie, at least at the starting, in terms of the starting lineup here. For the Chicago Bears, their defense here is one of the best, with now breaking the 85 Bears sack record, and Josh Allen as well breaking the single sack record as well. We have a ferocious defense here that we'll get to see some of the youth of the roster, and offensively we'll get to see some of the youth as well. Very excited to get into this game. Hopefully we'll come away with another victory, but we already have 10 wins. I'm very happy with that. Just want to get some development for these guys and be very much injury free. Players like Pat McLean, Will Landry, both got injured during practice, so we won't see those two rookies, as well as Eddie Jackson, our long-term Bears. So let's get right into week 18. We'll get to see Andrew Sidney first and foremost. And here comes the rookie quarterback, Andrew Sidney, number 8. The last time he played against this Bears ferocious defense, got sacked 8 times, or 10 times, excuse me. It's 10 touchdowns, 7 picks. An okay rookie year. Got to sit behind Zach Wilson for the first month of the season. Let's see how Andrew will play against this defense here, where right now he'll start in the shotgun here, and penalty flag is thrown on the first play. Sidney will find his receiver Reed underneath. What's the call here? It'll be offsides on the defense. And that was on Cortez Watkins here, who is getting the start here at defensive tackle. Expect to see a lot of our younger players getting opportunities this week. Want to see them. You will see some starters, but we'll see. As this play here, McFadden as well as Kemp's here makes the play. Overall, in today's episode, the last thing we want to see is a massive amount of injuries. We want to come out of this game healthy and ready to go for the up-and-coming playoff game. Good catch there by Christian Watson. James Bradbury is getting the start here at outside corner. But I'm hoping that this week we'll get to see some good development. We'll get to see we just need to be injury free, as this is a good run here. As Chuck Gardner is shaken up here. This is the thing that we don't want to see. Gardner is playing just because, wanted to see him get some action. He was only going to play a half, maybe. He's heading to the locker room. With Chuck Gardner's injury, I expect to probably see Cameron Jordan or Khalil Mack play, as this pass over the middle will be caught here by the tight end, as the Packers are putting together a good possession. Well, just got the word, no more Chuck Gardner. Gotta check the injury report on him when we have a minute. As this run here to Holmes, he's breaking free now, and I do expect this Packers team to be able to run against this defense here. We don't have our starting 4 defensive linemen out there. And I've talked about this throughout the end of the last few episodes. my expectation for this team is we'll go through this postseason, probably go through year 5, and then we'll end up simming the next 5 or 6 or handful of years or so. Want to see this team, these players that I fall in love with and everything before Madden 25 drops. That's really the overall plan for this series. I've talked about other series wanting to do that at the end of other episodes, so we'll see if we can accomplish that here in Madden 25. But this pass here is thrown away, and let's talk about this game here, as now the Packers have to settle for 3. And here comes rookie quarterback Cliff Nicholson. He's expected to get a drive or 2 today, as Nicholson has thrown 34 touchdowns, 19 interceptions, over 4,000 passing yards. He's had an up and down rookie year. Not too upset about Nicholson's development, and hopefully that he can come out of this game healthy and ready to go for the postseason run. We very much need him to, as on the first play here, Tyler Scott is shaken up, and that's just not a sight you want to see. 2 of our impactful young starters heading to the locker room, between him and Gardner. That's not good for us, as now I was only going to give Scott maybe a drive or 2 as well. So now we got to figure things out here, as this pass here goes to Howard. Howard, as a passer here, will get the first down and more, gain of 16. 3rd down and 7 here. Nicholson in the shotgun, trying to avoid the 3 and out, as he hits Sky Moore, and the veteran receiver hangs on. He gets the first down, keeping the possession alive here for the Bears, as Jonathan Howard here, as Howard will pick up 5. Here comes a 3rd down and 5 here for Cliff Nicholson. Nicholson takes it, wants Kendall Bush, and Bush here will pick up the first down. Expect a big day here for number 81. 2nd down and 10 now. 3 receivers set. Again, here comes a carry here, and Howard won't go far. 3rd down and 5 here, as the Bears are trying to get into at least field goal range. And here's Sky Moore now. He gets another good reception in that tight coverage. Sky Moore right now playing in the slot, which is why I almost said Tyler Scott right there. And here comes Howard now. Howard with a gaping hole here as he works up the field for a gain of about 11. Empty look now here for Nicholson as he looks to throw. He wants more again, and Sky, he gets this team goal to go here. He's been involved a lot in today's game. Bears look to punch it in and take the lead here before the end of the first quarter, and they do so. Here comes Jonathan Howard, who will find the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. As this Bears offense here will put up 6 points now. What a good possession there. Here comes a 3rd down and 8. Trying to avoid a quick 3 and out here is Sidney. Setting up a little receiver screen, but he can't go anywhere. This defense was ready for it. Good job there by Steven Timmons. Well, for the first possession here for the Bears, we went down the field and put up 7. Nicholson and Howard are still both out there. I'm expecting this to be their last possession. There's a gain of 5 here for Howard. 2nd down and 5 here for Nicholson, as he's going to look to throw now. Settling underneath here, and he gets picked off here. And that's that's Walker with the INT. As Newman, their big-time defensive end, gets shaken up. And that will be the day there for Cliff Nicholson. I'm going to put Christian Murray now out there. Just kind of now want to see how our team handles this team here, as this play underneath here for Reed won't go far. Good job there by McFadden. And my expectations going into this postseason run is not just to get a victory, but to make very much a deep postseason. I think we have the offense, I think we have the defense that can make the necessary plays, especially when healthy. You know, we have to be able, and hopefully both Chuck Gardner and Tyler Scott are okay, because those are 2 key contributors. If those 2 guys can't go, we're very much shaking up our team, as here comes Andrew Sidney, who has to throw it away. But I mean, the question then goes to, you know, who plays across the defensive line. We know we have our 3 guys in Dexter and DeMarcus Lawrence and Josh Allen, but without what's his name, without Gardner, then we kind of have to either turn to maybe a guy like a Grady Jarrett or do we turn to Carlos Watkins at that other defensive tackle spot? That's really becomes the main question here, as this pass falls incomplete. And then for the slot receiver, do you turn to Matt Dumb? Do you put Kendall Bush into the slot? I don't know just yet, as the Packers are going to be settling here for 3 more. This is a long field goal attempt for their kicker. Kick is up end over end, but it's a little bit wide to the left here. The ball was on the right hash, and the kicker just missed it. And here comes Christian Murray, second-year quarterback. He led us to the postseason a year ago, got injured in Week 18, couldn't play in the last game or into the postseason, but he's now our current backup quarterback. He's going to get the chance to play for the rest of today's action. We'll get to also see both Elijah Mitchell as well as Alvin Kamara. No more BJ Cash or Jonathan Howard. Howard would only go out there on special occasions if we really need him to. So currently, right now, the only big name players are out there besides the offensive line is both Jerry Gay and Kendall Bush. As Murray's first pass will go to Beasley here. This is our second-year undrafted tight end who makes the play. Murray in the shotgun now. So he's going to look to throw. He wants a deep shot here with Kendall Bush left alone. What a catch there by the big 6'5" receiver. Expecting a big day here for Kendall. Only his second reception, though. So now Jonathan Howard checks back into the game. These are situations that I do want to see him in. And Jonathan Howard will punch it in here as Howard scores again here in Week 18. And the Bears extend on their lead here, 14-3. Some players are getting some good playing time. Steven Timmons is out there. Quantez Watkins. What a play there by Jonathan Abram there. What a hit. Besides those two guys, we have, of course, Danny Reeves playing, as well as Dalton Kelly. These are probably some of the bigger name, younger stars that are playing. Deontay Kemp, who's our rookie pass rusher. He's going to be getting every single snap as much as he can handle. We still don't know his development trait just yet. Number 92 across this defensive line. Hoping that he can make some plays out there. As again, Watkins here breaking free, or excuse me, Holmes. And Holmes here will get the first down and more. Excuse me, that was Martinez with the good tackle right there. Second down and 8 now. Sidney in the shotgun takes the snap. Pressure send, and it got home. This time is Steven Timmons. Timmons is our very much of a good outside linebacker. He can make a lot of plays for this defense. Timmons, number 5, might actually be our best defensive player out there currently. Third down and 15 now. And here's Khalil Mack. Mack getting his first sack after returning to Chicago and being more of a mentor this season, as we've hit the 2-minute warning. And the Packers have to punt. We just hit the 2-minute warning. Here comes Christian Murray now. Looks to throw. Plenty of time in the pocket, and he hit Kendall Bush. What a reception there over the middle. Third down and 10 now. Murray takes it, looks to throw. He's going down the field, and this time it's Matt Dumb who can't hang on. That pass is broken up there by the safety. Now a 2-minute drill here for Andrew Sidney, starting at his own 20, down by 11. Sidney in the shotgun, 4 receiver sets, settles underneath here to his back out of the backfield for minimum gain. Packers will stay with 4 receivers now in an empty look. Here comes the quick pass over the middle, and this is a good play here. I believe this is their rookie receiver, and he gets the first down and more. Staying with these 4 receiver sets here, really stretching thin our secondary. Looks to throw as he will settle underneath here. Good catch here, and won't go far. Second down and 2 here. Sidney looks to throw. Wheel route now. Christian Watson with a good reception, but no more timeouts here for the Packers. Packers will attempt another field goal attempt here. 1 for 2 here, and you'll be 2 for 3 as we head into halftime here in the season finale of year 4 of the regular season, as the Bears have a 14-6 advantage So far, so good. But two significant injuries to start off. Both Tyler Scott and Chuck Gardner got shaken up early on in today's action, which has kind of forced my hand to put in more backups and sooner than I kind of wanted to. But we've clinched the division. It doesn't matter here if the Vikings win or lose. I mean, I guess if they win here, I don't know what will happen with the Eagles, if they will even make the postseason. No idea. So we'll see. But here in the second half, just want to continue seeing the health of this roster stay healthy. It's Christian Murray here. We'll start with the football here at the beginning of the second half. Up 14-6. Starting with a run here with Elijah Mitchell. And it's not been too many running lanes here for this Bears offense. Staying under center is Murray. Mitchell still the back. He gets the call again, and this time Elijah Mitchell breaks free through the teeth of this defense to get it about 11. Mitchell kept this running game stable for a few weeks, and now he's going to get the call again with another gaping hole. Elijah Mitchell now sets his team up past midfield. The veteran back here starting to heat up. Down in 11 here. To tight end formation now. Murray sends it here to Matt Dumb, and Dumb's first reception in today's action will go about for 6. So Alvin Kamara now checks into the ball game. Murray takes it, looks to throw, wanting Kamara out of the backfield, but he got hit right before he could let the ball loose. That'll be a 4th down. The Bears will have to punt. As Andrew Sidney here will start at his own 20 here. He's only down by 8. Packers are very much still alive into this game. Looks to throw, settles underneath here. Good catch here, but Abram with a good tackle. 3rd down and 1 here. What's the call here? Holmes is the single back. Gets the call here. McFadden, the veteran linebacker, who's excellent in the running game. He makes that TFL. 3rd down and 7 here. Empty look here from Murray. Takes his snap. He looks to throw. Not liking anything. Wants Matt Dumb here down the sideline. Can Dumb get underneath it? He can. What a catch and what a play. Touchdown, Chicago. The speedster himself, Matt Dumb, getting in today's action. Wow, what a play there. All over the field. Christian Murray sees it. His tight end is running the field down the field wide open, and he even still takes the deep shot here with the man who is covered. What a play there by Matt Dumb. Andrew Sidney here starts at his own 25. Down now by multi-scores as he will find his tight end here going up the field. And he gets the first down and 2nd down and 10 now. Sidney takes it, looks to throw. Plenty of time. Time starting to run out and he goes down. He's met by Khalil Mack. The veteran pass rusher gets his 2nd sack of today's action. It's 3rd down and 20. Here comes Andrew Sidney, and that ball is knocked away. And this defense here will force another quick 3 and out. This might be one of the last drives here that we will get to witness here in the regular season, as this is a good run here by Kamara. He gets the first down and a lot more. Veterans running backs here are getting a majority of the carries here in the later stage of the game. And here comes now Elijah Mitchell, still showing that he has wheels. He gets the first down and more. And the Bears here are looking to go up by 3 scores right now. 3rd down and 10 here. Murray needing this conversion. Takes the snap, looks to throw, sends it over the middle. Kendall Bush with a gaping play. What a job there by the young, talented receiver. Jonathan Howard checks back to the ball game here. Is he trying to go for his triple crown? Here we go, running up the gut, and his 3rd score will happen. Touchdown, Chicago. And I think right there, that should just do it here in Week 18. As we have 60 seconds to go here, as we're jumping back in today's action here. Packers did get a touchdown and got the 2-point conversion, but it's just kind of been a back and forth between punting and a couple turnovers here and there. Nothing really too exciting has occurred, but you know, we're gonna get another victory here today. We will win the last 4 games, entering into the postseason with a lot more momentum than I can remember than we did last year, which is, I think, critically important. So far, so good. The one thing, though, we haven't seen as much sacks as we are accustomed to, and of course that makes sense. I mean, both Josh Allen, Chuck Gardner, DeMarcus Lawrence, they're not all out there right now, so it makes sense. You know, those are our top pass rushers. As here on third down, Andrew Sidney gets the good conversion right there. But, you know, so far, you know, so good for our young players making some plays here. As what a play there by Jonathan Abram. And right there, that should just do it. What an interception. Jonathan Abram, he's been on the team since day one. He's been a special teamer. He's started a handful of games as well. He makes the game-ending interception. What a play. And here in Week 18, the Chicago Bears are coming away with another victory over the Green Bay Packers, beating them 28-14. It's a sweep of this Packers team, who are definitely in a mix of a rebuild right now. We got to win the last 4 games as we are now going to be moving our attention to the postseason. Who will we be playing? Of course, we also have to check the injury report for both Chuck Gardner and Tyler Scott. 2 key players who got injured early on. We got to see more of the backups today. Christian Murray had a solid day. 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Cliff Nicholson only got a possession and a half, kind of. Mitchell ran the ball a lot, 77 yards. Jonathan Howard rushed for 3 more scores to kind of pad the stats. Kendall Bush added 7 catches for 112 yards, no scores. Matt Dunn caught a touchdown as well, no sacks allowed. And defensively, Khalil Mack got 2 sacks to finish off his season. And Jonathan Abram got another interception. And in terms of anything else interesting, we got the victory. That's all that matters. As we did suffer 2 injuries after today's game, so hopefully it is not to both Chuck Gardner and Tyler Scott. It is to Gardner. He will miss 1 game, so he's expected to miss the first postseason game, an upper arm fracture. That is tough here. With the amount of production he's made, 22 tackles for loss, 17 sacks. You know, throughout this whole season, he started off the first 4 weeks, and he didn't get too much playing time this time. 0 sacks, then he teared, getting sacks in every single game except for 2, which 1 he didn't even play the full game. So, Gardner will be missed for the postseason. The other player, I think, was Beasley, yeah. So, Isaiah Bayless, second-year tight end. So thankfully, Tyler Scott's okay. We will be welcoming back, you know, Pat McLean, Will Landry, as well as Eddie Jackson. So we will get a little bit healthier for the postseason. But let's go see who will we be playing here in wild card action. And I don't know about you guys, but this is the team that I wanted to play against. The Philadelphia Eagles, 10-7, have made the postseason. We got the number 3 seed. The Philadelphia Eagles are currently the 6th seed. Minnesota got in. I believe they got their victory over the New Orleans Saints, and they are in at the 7th seed. So currently we have, and I'll just go in order in terms of seeding. So we have the Cowboys, then the Panthers, then us, then the Seahawks, then the Falcons, the Eagles, and the Vikings. The AFC, we have the Kansas City, the Jags, the Bengals, the Dolphins, the Ravens, the Raiders, and the Chargers. These are all 16 teams. There are 14 teams, excuse me, that have made it into the postseason. Both Dallas and KC have first round byes, so they get another day's worth of rest. And now we turn our attention here to the Philadelphia Eagles, who kicked us out a year ago. The difference is that we're kind of coming into this game a little bit more healthy. We have our starting quarterback at least. And I think that could be major difference in this up and coming game. Before we wrap up today's episode, I do want to go through some stats with you guys. But first, let's go through yearly awards. Your MVP is Justin Fields, beating out Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow alike. Justin Fields, I gave up on him a year and a half ago in this game, and he won it. Coach of the Year is Frank Wright here. We got number 8, and we'll only focus here on the NFC. Bijan Robinson is the Offensive Player of the Year. DJ Moore got 7th. Josh Allen, Defensive Player of the Year. Chuck Gardner, number 2. Tremaine Edmonds, number 4. And Tyler Chamberlain got number 8. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Nick Colbert, the big-time running back. Cliff Nicholson got number 4. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Will Porter, the big-time linebacker. And Danny Reeves, who even missed some time, he got number 10. He was right around this 6 spot, I believe. Best quarterback is Justin Fields, and Cliff Nicholson just cracks it at number 10. So happy to see that. Best running back, Bijan Robinson. Jonathan Howard got number 10, even though he missed the first 6 weeks of the year. DJ Moore, best wide receiver, and he didn't even play in week 18. CeeDee Lamb did. Best offensive lineman goes to Chris Lindstrom, and no Bears there. Best defensive lineman, Josh Allen. Number 2, Chuck Gardner. Number 5, DeMarcus Lawrence. So, 3 guys in the top 5 for our defensive line. Tremaine Edmonds got best linebacker of the year. Tyler Chamberlain got number 4. No one else. Dalton Kelly, best cornerback. Max Cox, number 3. CJ Gardner-Johnson, number 5. And no Jalen Johnson, which is kind of a surprise. And Darnell Beach here, our kicker, is the best kicker in the NFC. So let's look around and let's see these stats. A little over 4,000 passing yards here for Cliff Nicholson, 34 touchdowns, 20 interceptions, sacked 34 times. You know what? I can't sit here and, excuse the interceptions. Those are all, a lot of them are on me. Some of them are definitely on Nicholson. Here's the thing. Cliff had a good rookie year. Definitely played well. He's developed nicely. He's already a 78 overall, right around the range of, Justin Fields when we traded him away. Christian Murray, 4 more touchdowns, 2 interceptions to finish his year. And Jonathan Howard, who only played in 11 games, rushed for over 1,000 yards, 11 scores. He was a major difference maker for our offense. And, the 2 years in Kansas City, I don't think anyone really expected him to take 200 carries and rush for over 1,000 yards. And you got to think in a 17-game span, how many more yards does he get? Elijah Mitchell here, a little less than 500 rushing yards, 3 scores. BJ Cash, 402 scores. And Derrick Henry scored 5 times. DJ Moore, your best receiver, 74 catches, 1,300 yards, and 13 scores. Tyler Scott, who unfortunately only played 1 snap in Week 18, ended his season 78 catches, 925 yards, and 6 scores. Kendall Bush, 66 catches, 800 yards, and 6 scores. So kind of identical seasons, just Scott was a little bit of a bigger playmaker than Bush was. Jerry Gay, 31 catches, 400 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Matt Dumm even added 202 scores. DJ Cash added close to 300 yards on the ground and 2 scores. Cole Clement, less than 200 yards and 3 scores. And then across the board, some other players. So we got the ball around to a lot of good playmakers. Happy about that. Offensive line played solidly. No one played a full 17-game season. Everyone had it to be subbed in and out. So unfortunate there, but not too many sacks allowed. Brad Lettis and sacks allowed. But here comes this defense here. Let's start here in tackles. Tremaine Edmonds leads us the way. TFLs, Josh Allen with 36. Behind him, Edmonds, 22. Chuck Gardner tied with him for 22. DeMarcus Lawrence got 20. Steven Timmons got 18. Chamberlain got 17. Grover Dexter got 10. Sacks, Josh Allen, the new sack leader. 25.5 sacks. That's the new record. 17 here for Chuck Gardner. 11.5 here for DeMarcus Lawrence, 8.5 here for Tremaine Edmonds. Tyler Chamberlain also got 8.5. So our 2 inside linebackers got high, they got as much production here as out of Gardner. and add in Steven Timmons, they almost got as those 3 guys just did what Josh Allen did. Grover Dexter also added 5.5 sacks. Cortez Watkins here added 3, and then a couple other guys getting 1 or 2. Dalton Kelly got 6 interceptions. Max Cox got 5. CJ got 4. Jalen got 3. Then a couple 2s and a couple 1s here across the board. Kicking, Beach here, perfect across the board. 1 missed extra point, but happy about that. Punting, and then a little over 1,000 yards in terms of kick returns for Matt Dumb, and then 300 there. Let's look at around the league. So Patrick Mahomes leads us in passing yards. In touchdowns, Desmond Ridder with 42. Interceptions is again me with 20, with Cliff Nicholson, Anthony Richardson, as well as Gordon Ringer here with 18 apiece. Wonder where our MVP is. Let's go find him, and that is Justin Fields with a little over 4,000 passing yards, 35 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Justin has developed very nicely here for Seattle. They're probably very happy with the quarterback that they've been able to acquire. He also added 12 on the ground with over 500 rushing yards. In terms of rushing, Josh Jacobs here with 1,900 yards. And in scores, he and Bijan both had 19 apiece. Saquon had 16. Will Watkins here had 15, with Tyler Algier, who we let go in this past free agency period. Receiving, CeeDee Lamb led the league in, I think, catches. Yeah, catches, yards, and not in touchdowns. That was DJ Moore and Laviska Shenault. Zay Rote here, T. Higgins, all these guys tied for touchdown leaders. In terms of sacks, well, we know who the sack leader is, but Max Crosby added 23 more. He had a great year at Oliver right behind him. And Kevin Barnes here had 5 interceptions at linebacker. We know Dalton Kelly, but Terrell Edmonds here had 5 of his own, and Algier here had 5 of his own as well. We know Allen here, but Micah Parsons had 15, and Demond Jones here had 12. A couple other guys had 10 as well. So, great season here for year 4, but we're not done. We now have to turn our attention here to the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 10-6, with Jalen Hurts and company. We did not play against them this past season. I was really kind of wanting to play against them, but we didn't. So now we have to face them here in the postseason. Now you throw records, you throw history, you throw everything out the door. It's you win and you stay alive. So that will be next time, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave a like, comment down below what you thought of today's action, and don't forget to subscribe. I know today's gameplay is a little bit subpar just because of the competition, but I hope next time versus this Philly team, it should be a close matchup. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.